I was too excited. Let me try that again. I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Talking about the NBA Finals preview, game one between the Indiana Pacers versus the highly favored OKC Thunder. We gonna get into that, but we gotta start with the blockbuster news that happened today. Tibbs is out of there. We have to talk about that first. I'm gonna get into the preview of game one, but I just found this wild. That please hit the like button as y'all come in the building, much appreciated. That Tom Thibodeau has been fired. He has been fired. Yes, Pass. You were right, Pass. Yes, you said that they're gonna fire Tibbs. Yes, Pass. You did say that. My thing is, it just doesn't make sense. We gonna get into it. I want to get the preview in. I'm gonna tap you in a minute, Pass. All I'm saying is, this man got you the furthest you've been in 25 years, and you canned him is a little wild. But I am the same person that wanted to fire Mike Budenholzer after we won a championship. I am that guy, so I get it. I just don't know how much better they're gonna do than Tibbs. And then they were trying to put Karl Anthony Towns under the bus, where I feel like Karl Anthony Towns is the reason that series even went 6 games, in my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. I'm very intrigued. Do y'all think that was valid or not for Tom Thibodeau to be fired? Just so y'all see what I'm talking about here around the desktop real quick. Tom Thibodeau, gone, out of there. What's next? We gonna have to chop this up. But let's get this. I just want to get into the preview. I got some notes here. I'm gonna open up the lines. We're gonna tap in people, and we're gonna chop this up. We're gonna talk about this Tom Thibodeau firing and the preview of game one in the finals. Appreciate y'all all popping in the building as well. So let me go over my notes that I got here. So the game is tomorrow. It starts a little late, so 7:30 for us here. So it starts a little late, but nothing crazy on ABC. And clearly right now, regardless of what we're saying or we're trying to give the Pacers their chance, they're a heavy underdog in this series. Definitely a heavy underdog. And to keep it real, in this series, in the matchups, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been dominating statistically at the point guard position. He's averaging, I think, in this series like 32, 33, somewhere in there. So and then Haliburton has come up short against the OKC Thunder. Now we're only looking at a 2-game sample size, and that's the regular season. That isn't the Haliburton that we've been seeing in the postseason. So let's take that into consideration. We went up. We beat Indiana 3-1 in the regular season, and we got our boots smoked in boots smoked in the playoffs. So take that for a grain of salt. It being regular season. And then another big point is going to be the pace and transition. Thunder lead the playoffs with 142 points per 100 transition plays. And the Pacers are known for their quick ball movement and leading the league in assists per game. So it's like they're coming to a head with very similar styles, except OKC has a much better defense. And I think that's where most friends and family are seeing the separation in this final series, and I think it's really on the defensive end. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and shout out to the best chat on YouTube. And then like we've been saying, as far as the defensive matchups, right? We got Lou Dort, Alex Caruso on perimeter defense. They're gonna challenge Indiana shooters. They're gonna put them in a very difficult position where they're gonna have to earn their buckets. So I think ball movement is going to be extremely key for Indiana to take good quality shots and be patient, because the defense is going to be turned up a notch. And also to be careful with the ball, because OKC is extremely good in passing lanes. They're extremely good at causing turnovers and using turnovers to generate offense, very similar to what Indiana does. It's like they're a mirror of each other, but it's like the Thunder just do everything the Pacers do, but a little better. Do y'all think that that's fair to say, friends and family? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Is that fair? So the Pacers and Thunder are very similar in what they do, but the Thunder, I think, at everything that's key, they're just a little better. They're a little better offensively. They're a little better defensively. Their star is a little better than Indiana's star. It's just like they're just a level up at every key cog that you would need to be to win this series. They're a little better than Indiana. It's a mirror match. It's just the Thunder are better. Also, we got to look at the bench, too. So bench contributions are going to be key. Like people like TJ McConnell, what they're going to do off the bench, Benedict Mathurin, because I do think Indiana has a bench, but their bench is going to need to have to play at a high level to keep them in this series. Because, the Thunder, they got Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins. They got a lot of talent coming off the bench as well, where usually that would be an advantage for Indiana against most team in their bench. Again, it's not so much against the Thunder. Like I said, all the advantages that the Pacers have had to this point, the Thunder have against them. They're just a little better at everything that's key. And that's why I get what y'all are saying about them getting swept or losing in 5, but I just feel like you never know until you play. And it's just like I feel like we're giving the regular season wins a little bit too much credit against Indiana, because I think Indiana's playing some of their best basketball right now. So we definitely gonna see what happens. Boy, Bobby, I don't know why I just saw that comment, said it's a stressful time to be a Bucks fan. Shout out to Boy Bobby. What's good, Boy Bobby? Shout out. Oh, she said it's difficult. It's stressful being a Bucks fan. It's wild. Shout out to you, Boy Bobby. What else did I got on here? Let me make sure I went through all my little notes here. Hold on 1 second. Did I miss anything? Hold on. Okay, yeah, the head-to-head matchups, right? So they played December 26th. Thunder won 120, 114. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 45. March 29th, 2025, Thunder 132, Pacers 111. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 33 points. Shai looks to be the difference maker in this series, and if the Pacers are going to be able to compete, Haliburton is going to have to play at a superstar level. Now we're about to see if Haliburton is superstar. If you a superstar, we're going to have to see right now in the finals. It can't be no stinkers. Shout out to Chitty. It can't be no stinkers. We can't see 8 and 12-point performances from Haliburton in the final. He needs to be scoring 25 plus a game for them to compete, period. 25 plus. If he doesn't do that in this series, he's a bona fide star. Superstars out the window. I'm going to tell you why. If you're a superstar, now is the time to show it. Now is the time. The NBA Finals is the biggest stage. You want your credit? They say you overrated. Show us now, Tyrese Haliburton. This is when it matters. Everything else was playing, messing around until right now. Now is the real deal. Can Haliburton show us he's a superstar? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's already showed us. We know he's legit. Can Haliburton match his intensity? That's what's going to be key. And then if we're looking at team comparisons, right? Regular season, Thunder 68-14, Pacers 50-32 points a game, 120 to 117. Offensive rating 119 to 115. Defensive rating 106 to 113. That's a gap. I think that's a gap that Pass was talking about defensively, where it's the biggest gap. Is 106 to 113. Offensive rating 115, 117. Playoff defensive rating, best in the NBA, ninth in the NBA. Defense is really the difference in this series. I think it's really going to be the defense, y'all. Let me see who in the building. Then we're going to start tapping in. People, put the link in the chat. Pass, I'm going to tap you in here shortly, sir. Appreciate you tapping in as well. See who in the building. Get some of these comments. Luke, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in. Derek Stevenson. Boy, Mommy, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in. Brandon King Carter in the building. Greg Delaney in the building. The homie. Jimmy Roller, what's good? Jeff Riley, what's good? Pass, appreciate you. Anthony Lacey, what's good? Ryan Love, I see you. Jeff Riley, what's good? Two Red Violin, I see you. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Oh, Janet MOC in the building. Shout out to the queens of the chat. T, what's good? JST Fresh Tech, what's good? T, I see you. Let's get to some of these. Let me get to some of these comments. I'm going to tap you in 1 second here. Pat. Janet MOC, Haliburton, Haliburton that he was going to get the MVP, but was embarrassed when Siakam won it. Defeated his fat head. Yeah, deflated his fat head, right? Hey, let me tell you this. We were saying before that even happened that Siakam should have been MVP. Siakam was the reason they were where they were in that series. Siakam was unbelievable. And to be honest, Haliburton had a couple of suspect games. So I felt like Siakam was consistent and he hit big shots and he carried that team. I think it was valid for him to get MVP. But now Haliburton can redeem himself in the finals. You upset OKC, he have a great series, he would be MVP, and this would be a launching pad for his career. Can you know what I'm saying? So Haliburton has the time now to prove all the haters wrong. If he does it, we on his helmet. Because if you were going to show up, this is the when you show up. It don't matter what you did before then. The finals is when your legacy is made in the NBA. Stars are born. Your legacy is cemented in NBA history. Look at how many people that played with LeBron because he was scared to take the shot. They done took the shot. Now they cemented in NBA history. Ray Allen cemented in NBA history. Kyrie Irving cemented in NBA history. Magic Johnson cemented in NBA history with the sky hook in the middle of the paint against the Celtics. Now is the time to step up. If you are a superstar, this is the time to step your game up. I also am going to be watching Jalen Williams closely, J-Dub. I don't consider him a star. I consider him a elevated role player until further notice. He has a lot of stinkers as well. So Jalen Williams, and I've been telling y'all, if Jalen Williams doesn't play well, OKC doesn't win. If I was Indiana, I would focus on shutting down Jalen Williams. I feel like he's really key to what they do as far as OKC. I would focus on Jalen Williams and let Shai do what he does. The reason the Denver series went 7 is because Jalen Williams played terrible that series. He played terrible. Go look at his stats. That's why Denver was in that series. When he plays well, they usually blow you out. When he doesn't, they usually lose. If y'all go back and look at the games where he played poorly, more times than not, they'll lose against a quality team. I'm just keeping it real. Okay, T said Pacers luck finna run out. We gonna see. JST Fresh Check said salute Bucks Nation. Absolutely salute. Oliver's story was good. Salute, bro. What up, Scales? Salute, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. The living legend, Mr. Cool, is in the building. Not only is Giannis getting Bucks coaches fired, he's now getting New York coach fired. There was a rumor today on national TV that the Knicks fired Tiz because they don't want him coaching GA. That is wild, Mr. Cool. I love when they just make stuff up. Let me ask y'all this, because this really angers me, right? Why is it just Giannis getting traded? Why isn't Jokic should be on the trading block? He ain't did nothing since they won a championship either. Why isn't Jokic on the trading block? Why isn't he asking to go somewhere? Why is he cool in Denver? Why is Giannis not cool here? Can somebody explain to me? Wouldn't Jokic love to be in New York? Wouldn't Jokic love to be in New York? Why isn't he on the table? And I hate the NBA. That's why I do what I do. There needs to be platforms with critical and logical thinking for logical and critical thinking individuals to tap into, and that's what you tap into here. I'm not going to say anything that doesn't make sense. I'm not going to say something 1 + 1 and it equals 3. That's not how it works. This media, they just say anything and then the sheep run with it. Y'all got to think it out sometimes before even just spewing any of this foolishness. Giannis to New York. How would that even work? Like, come on, man. It's just insanity. Ridiculous. Tired of all the narratives for Giannis. What up, Prime Time? T said calling it 4-2 OKC like Pacers lost in the 2000 finals to the Lakers. I could see that. I'm not mad at that. See, my brother been saying the same thing, Janet. OKC is going to lock up Haliburton like they did Ant-Man. That's very possible. It's very possible. Right. Thank you, boy, mommy. That's what I'm saying. So Giannis is supposed to leave to go play alongside Brunson and who else? Exactly. The roster would be gutted. Man, I wish I could shut down ESPN. Just shut it down. It's a whole bunch of idiots over there. Everybody's an idiot. They just say anything, do anything. I'm so frustrated with the media. Just extremely frustrated. Just a bunch of idiots just saying what they're told. They're just reading a script off a teleprompter. This is not even the real people, their thoughts and opinions. They're reading off of a teleprompter. Knock it off. That's why YouTube and everything is growing exponentially. ESPN is firing and losing people left and right because they're a bunch of idiots. Say anything. Knock it off. We tap in pass. Dummies out here just saying anything on the internet. Internet gave all these goofies a voice. What up, RJ back? Shout out to the UK, bro. Salute. The narratives. It's okay for Jokic to stay in Denver, but Giannis is supposed to leave and go to New York with no explanation. What up, Pass? First, let's get into your neck of the woods, the New York Knicks. You put that on that man. This is your fault that Tibbs got fired. This is absolutely Pass's fault. This is absolutely 100% Pass's fault. Explain yourself, Pass. Why you thought this was going to happen even after he got as far as the Eastern Conference Finals, which they haven't gotten in many years. Hold on one second. Before you get that, let me just get the Bleacher Report super chat. Bleacher Report, appreciate you with the $1.99 super chat. ESPN Milwaukee is getting bad too. Oh, it's all trash. It's all trash, Bleacher. And tap in when you get a chance too, Bleacher. Go ahead. Go ahead, Pass.
So I thought for two reasons and two reasons alone. First thing is what you traded for these players that you already traded for. You gave away 5 first-round picks from Raquel. Brunson, pay cut just to make sure these guys stay on the team. You traded away Randall when he didn't play at all last season in the playoffs, just to get Cat because you thought, okay, well we need an offensive big,
right?
Because you lost Ihart, so you needed something else there. You're not going to get rid of those players after 1 year. It's a stupid idea. You're just gonna make me fun up the whole time, especially if it's McCall who gets traded,
right?
And look, I know the rumors about Giannis, whatever. There's also rumors about KD too.
Right, going to Houston.
You have a honestly, KD's market is a lot easier to get than Giannis.
Correct.
All these teams are like cutting out of Giannis now because they know the Bucks are 100% going to take everything from you.
Everything. That's what I was thinking. As they should.
There's only one team that is 100% that might still be in it, and that's because that man is a sicko. Because Masai Ujiri is a sicko, man. The man has been feeding for Giannis since he got drafted.
Right, isn't that crazy?
He was saying he'll trade everything for that team. I mean, Scotty
Barnes, I get it. Right. Yeah, I get it.
Hey, if you give him Scotty Barnes, I'll consider it.
Right, I like Scotty Barnes. Right.
Your team sucks though, so I'd rather keep Giannis. But
right, exactly. Do you think it was fair to? Do you think it was fair to fire Tibbs before we get into the preview?
Yes, because he still has the same issues that you really wouldn't change even with a new roster. The issue with Tibbs that I've seen both last year, this year, and where every time he's always coached, it's always been a very old system that does not work anymore. It's the issue that we have been saying that we deal with as well.
Okay.
Of a system that's very clearly an older playing style that does not work in the new NBA anymore, and you won't change it. Rotations is one of the big issues that we as Bucks fans have, right?
True.
It's the same thing there, is it not? It's almost just, honestly, it might be worse sometimes.
No, I agree. So the writing was on the wall for you with Tibbs being like you were 100% like
unless literally the only way he does not get fired if it was a finals thing, and you're expected to lose against OKC.
Right.
Everyone is. It's like it's literally everyone's expected to lose to them. So that I can understand. I understand the ECF, but look, you gotta understand, even getting to ECF, this isn't guaranteed. We know this stuff is not guaranteed.
Right.
A lot of teams have gone to ECF and then got fired later on.
True.
Remember the Hawks?
Yeah, that's true. Good point. That's a great point. That's a great point.
The Suns also went to the Western Conference Finals. They went to the finals, and then what happened to Monty literally 2 years later?
Yeah.
What happened to Bud just now? What happened to Vogel just
Yeah.
now? These
What
coaches
up,
that are
Bleacher?
older are all gone. Every
Right.
single one of them. I looked at the list apparently. I think since 2018 or something like that till 2023, the coach of the year have been fired. Not a single one has lasted.
I just thought he would get maybe one more year just because of where they got. I thought that he would get one more year. I understood the seat was getting warm, but I thought he had one more year just because of where they got and the gauntlet that they went to get to the ECF. But
Look, it's Coach Tibbs's coaching plan. Look, if you guys have seen that video of Jeff Teague talking about Tibbs,
yeah, I did
go
see
watch
that.
it. Yeah, and look, mind you, the, Teague has said multiple times that that's one of his favorite coaches.
Right.
If the guy who actually likes you is saying this, there's writing the wall with the players like on that team were saying a lot of stuff about Tibbs. There's a whole video of Obi Toppin say like calling Tibbs an idiot because of how his rotations work, and he got his revenge on you because your rotations suck.
He is bad with the rotations. That's 100% right. Let's get the
Miles,
likes up, friends
yeah,
and family.
same thing. Miles McBride, another player who was also talking shit about you. McCall was talking shit about you.
Right.
Your whole team does not like you anymore. If the team doesn't like you,
So
you're
is
gonna
that
get
what it
fired.
is? That Tibbs burns out, like he wears out players and then is out of there. It's like a
It,
shelf life with Tibbs. He can
it's a
get you to
pro-
the playoffs, but he burns the players out.
he will get you to a playoffs, but I also think their team was guaranteed to go to the playoffs anyways. The roster is a good roster construction.
Right.
Like it's a good on paper roster, and it clearly worked. Like was there luck involved with injuries? Sure, but like that's every team. I'm not gonna hold that against you. But
No,
like
that I
no one
agree.
knows what they're doing. No one on that team. Their offense was garbage. Their issues were not even defense. It's always been offense.
No, that's
You
fair.
have you have one of the greatest shooters, the greatest big man shooters of all time, and he looks like he couldn't even. He barely shot once. I never see him shoot threes there, the whole series.
Yeah, so he doesn't scheme around his talent either. No, I agree with you there. Let's get to the Oklahoma City Thunder versus Pacers game one preview. What are your thoughts about that? Then we go to Bleach Report. Bleach Report. So the first question gonna be about the Knicks firing Tibbs, and then your thoughts about game one versus Indiana versus OKC. Go ahead, Pass. What do you think about game one? How you think that's gonna go? And I think you do need to
Uh,
take in consideration the OKC is coming off a long layoff.
I mean, both teams are, but both teams are also very young, so I don't think it matters at all.
Okay.
So, what I do think OKC will win game one, probably about like maybe like 6 points. I don't. I think it will be close. I think this will be one of the closer games because I do think it will be a feel-out game.
Okay.
My question is, how well will Chet be in the series? Is my thing. If Chet is outplaying uh, Miles Turner the whole time, that's a good sign for OKC.
I'm almost positive he will. I don't see how he can't. I want to say Miles Turner is gently washed, not like with when I'm saying
He's
washed. What
always
he's not washed like
no.
Walgreens
I get what you're
detergent
saying, but
washed,
I get
but
what you're saying, but he's always been like this. This is not. This is something that's been consistent with him. I never really took him as a threat, even when we go against him.
right.
It's more so. Look, the team. The reason why they play good against us because there's also hate involved. You guys got to keep that in mind. I've never seen Dame defend like that until because of hate.
It was
Like
personal.
hate makes a difference, and especially when you have beef with someone like real hatred for another person, you will play a different way.
Hold on one second. Hey, Scales, are you saying that Jalen, Williams, and Siakam are a wash? If you saying that, I could kind of get that, but I feel like Siakam is more consistent than
Siakam, I
Jalen
think,
Wood. Is
yes.
a
J
slightly better
Dubs,
player.
I definitely put more in slightly, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think Siakam's honestly underrated.
I
'Cause,
agree.
like,
I agree. I agree.
I think
So
Siakam will have a good series.
me too. I agree.
The question is, how good of a series will Haliburton have? Because look, you can get away with 20 points one game, and then 2 points the next game, then 25, then 0, then 20, then
He can't
45.
do
And
that in this
you
series.
cannot do this series if you are not consistent.
They'll go
you are
home at
done.
4. I'm telling you right
That will
now,
actually be a
Haliburton
sweep.
has to average around 25 a game to me. That's me personally. I think he needs to up it. He needs about 25. Because if SGA scoring almost 40 on them, he has to give some resistance. Or also Naismith and Mathurin are gonna have to hoop too. McConnell,
Yeah,
their whole team
Nembhard.
is gonna have to go hard.
Yeah, you also to keep that in mind too. Neesmith also has that ankle injury. I don't know how bad it is, but that also factors in. You also have to factor in what's his name? Nemhard. His shooting has been kind of bad as of late.
True.
Is he going to regress, or is he going to go back up to what he was playing like before? That also factors in. You can only get away. You can only get away with like highlight like crazy plays from bench players for so long. Thomas Bryant is not a winning formula. You cannot win off of Thomas Bryant or off of the other dude that they're playing now,
Right.
Jarris Walker. You can't win off of these guys. Are they good for you right now? Yes, absolutely. They're good for bench pieces to shoot, but that's really it. OKC will also face guard heavy.
Hold on 1 second, Pass. Shout out to Curated Christian, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. It's all love, bro. Hey, you should hop on the live after game 1 on Thursday too, bro. We appreciate your commentary, bro, a lot. Salute to you. Go ahead, Pass, and we'll get to you, Bleacher. Go ahead, Pass.
Yeah, OKC's face guarding is a huge thing to take into account. Hold on, I gotta see what Daniel's gonna bring.
Let me ask you: do the Pacers have any chance to make this competitive? Because it looked like all the stats are showing that OKC should win this easily.
I've never seen a negative 800 to win a series before.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never seen that before.
Are we expecting sweep? I'm just being devil's advocate. I don't have a dog in the race. I'm just saying, if you're looking at somebody just shows you the stats, it's very telling that it looks like it's heavily favored towards OKC, especially the defensive numbers. The defensive numbers are through the roof.
I said 30 to 40 chance for the Pacers. I'm dropping that number down. I honestly think it might be like 20 to 25 now. So it's higher than I still think that's kind of high, but
they're fighting an uphill battle. I do think the Pacers are fighting.
I think Pacers will lose no matter what. The question is by how much. Because if it's by 4 or 5, that just cements OKC. Like, okay, we expected that. If it's by 6 though, or 7, that's a huge accomplishment for the Pacers. Whether or not it doesn't matter that you wouldn't win. The fact that you took that team to 6 games or 7 games, it shows more for you, and it shows, okay, OKC is very much beatable.
Wow. All right, let's go. Hey, Bleacher, what'd you think about Tibbs getting fired? And give us your take on the Pacers versus Thunder. Damn, but I still blaming Tibbs getting fired on pass. But go ahead,
I'm never wrong. Let you know that I'm never wrong.
Go
ahead, Bleacher.
Real quick before I go the points, I don't watch any. Wisconsin. Like I cut off the Wisconsin ESPN. Walk ESPN off. I don't watch First Take. I don't watch none. Every time I talk about Giannis, I turn it off.
Right.
I turn it off.
Same.
Until the man say something, I ain't listening to nothing.
There we go.
It's nuts. So Tibbs getting fired, I was kind of a little shocked when I first saw the news. I was like, wow, they just let him go just like that. They didn't even give him they didn't get the man a day. They gave him,
right.
They're like, yeah, you're fired. You're out of here, man. You're out of here. Just going. But it was just because of what we talked about the whole time. Remember, we was talking all the series like you had no bench, and then you just run your guys 40 minutes. And we said, Giannis can't play 40 minutes. All the teams can't play a guy 40 minutes, expect everything to go. And the Pacers, they had everybody rested. Everybody pretty much rested.
The Knicks lost to a war of attrition. The Pacers had more able bodies that were capable of contributing versus the Knicks.
It's just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous how, Tibbs never changed. He didn't want to change. I mean, and he's been in the league for so many times. But this also goes to a point that most of these coaches now need to adapt because they gonna get rid of a lot of these coaches. A lot of these coaches you see getting fired, they're over the old age of the basketball.
That is a great point. That is an outstanding point, Bleacher Report. Can you please repeat that for friends and family? Awesome statement. Go ahead, Bleacher.
Cannot do the same thing you've been doing a long time ago with these coaches. You gotta have new coaches, new ideas, because you're gonna get run out of the gym.
If you're a coach that can't adapt to modern NBA, you're gonna get fired, and that's what's happening. All them old school, we gonna do it like we used to do back in the day. Coaches is all getting canned. Bug getting canned, Tibbs getting canned, Malone getting canned. If you're not able to adapt to the modern NBA, they are going to give you that Marcus Camby treatment. You heard that meme that probably back in the day? Give you that Marcus Camby. Go give you that Marcus Camby.
I see you outside.
All right, I think it is a time of change in the NBA. I think even going from the old guard, all the people we grew up watching, Steph, all of them are now getting there at the end of their rope. LeBron is 40. Steph is almost 40. Draymond 40. KD is almost 40. A new generation of talent is coming in the NBA, and there needs to be a new echelon of coaches introduced in the NBA as well to take advantage of this new talent. You can't keep using these old school tactics. I'm with you. Go ahead, Bleacher.
Sorry. You see how much money Knicks is gonna eat though to fire him?
Who cares?
$30 million.
How much?
$30 million.
How much we paying? How much we paying Bud and Doc and Griffin?
Probably
30 million. Probably more than that.
Hey, we were getting out the Bud contract this year.
Right. We just got out not too long ago, actually, officially out of Bud.
Yeah.
It was in May. It was
in May. Yeah.
We still got 2 more though.
Yeah.
And it looks like Doc ain't leaving because we would have heard something by now.
Doc, yeah. I think they're giving Doc this year, and I believe the Doc will be gone after this year because he won't change. He's an idiot. So an idiot will always be an idiot.
Done this year.
It would be on the year that we have off season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not too.
It would be, man.
Yeah. Now, Bleacher, do you give the Pacers any shot against the Thunder? It just seems like y'all are just. This has been booked.
Okay. The past, I know you said you give him 30, okay, and I kind of exaggerated last because I was thinking like give him a chance, but then I thought about it like man,
scales.
I go to 45% chance.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a 45% chance only because I think that Coach Rick can coach, and I think he's gonna try to get a game plan. But the problem is, there's not one guy you got to really defend. Yes, you're gonna have SGA, but I'm thinking about Chat. I'm thinking about Williams. They're gonna have to deal with, and that bench they got great bench, and I just don't think you can just game plan without having somebody. You got to take somebody out. But for Indiana, like you said, if Haliburton scores 20 points a game.
Mr. Cole said, I hate the Pacers and OKC. Salute to Mr. Cole, the living legend. Again.
Haliburton, he's like average a game, and he tried to do all that, they got to stop that. With that, did that roundabout with the him and Turner trying to do
the pick and roll, pick and pop.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But if they try to do that, they have to slow that down. But other than that,
it won't work. I'm telling you right now, it will not work.
Yeah, it's going to. I don't fear Turner. I don't fear. The only person I fear is Siakam. I think that's right. Siakam.
I agree with that. I agree because Siakam could get it cooking. Siakam could drop 40 on you, and he get it going.
Yeah,
Go ahead, pass.
I would let Siakam cook if that's the plan. You let one player beat you, and the rest of them have to work hard. I'd much rather have Siakam try to beat us over top Haliburton. At least with Siakam, you're not gonna get a huge amount of passing. You're not gonna get elite level of playmaking.
Correct.
He's not a floor general like how Haliburton is.
I agree
Look,
with that.
I understand we are like joking around about like, oh, he didn't get ECF. No one cares about that.
Right.
Middleton got over Giannis because Giannis was injured. We don't care. It doesn't mean
Right.
you're the better player. Hell, Jalen Brown stole a Finals MVP.
I remember that.
He said he stole it. Go ahead, fam.
Nobody appreciated it. Nobody-
Iguodala got a Finals MVP
Yeah,
because he guarded
Iguodala.
LeBron. Like, let's
Right.
be real. This stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't go to the best player. That being said, I'd much rather lose to a Pascal 50 bomb over a Haliburton 20-point assist, 20 points, 0 turnovers, 15 assist game.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
way more
That's
damning. That means you lost because they were playing better as a team.
Versus one player just having a good game.
Yeah.
That's a great point. I like that. No, that's an awesome point.
Look, Janet, I know you're right. He won't drop. He probably won't drop 40, but he is consistent. He
Yeah.
will probably drop.
He's a 25.
30.
He could give you 25 a game, Jan. I agree with that. Janet, I don't think Miles Turner is overrated. I think he's just average. He's mid. He's 70 degrees in June. Nothing special.
He's
At
rated
football
right.
team-
No, he's rated right. He's
Yeah.
like a late
Yeah.
first round pick level. Like he's rated
Okay.
right. That's what he's at. That's what I expect him to be at. Like it's a solid piece. He's not crazy. He's a good role player.
Yeah, there we go. He's a good role player. I agree with that. Go
well-
ahead, Bleacher. What was you saying?
He just a jag, just the guy, man. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's
Like,
a guy. He has a role. He knows his
Yeah.
role. Stretch the floor and try to rebound. What we
That's-
asked for
they,
Brook.
they don't rebound. They don't
Yeah.
rebound. He does not rebound either.
Yeah, he's just a black Brook. A little bit. Yeah, he's a black Brook. That's all
Dark
Miles
skin.
Turner is.
Brook
Dark
is
skin
black
Brook.
too. What are we on about?
Yeah, he's dark skinned Brook. That's it.
He's
Shout
a
out to
Brook- he's a-
Miles Turner.
Yeah, he's just dark. He's just the darker skin.
Oh,
tone,
hold
that's
on.
it.
Look what Scale said. Okay, hold on. Scale says Caruso can guard Siakam. Laughing out loud, but very serious. The
I
Thunder are
forgot
scary
about
on
that.
defense for real,
No,
for real.
No, that's a good
Scales,
point.
that's
I forgot
that's
about that.
valid.
No, I forgot about that too. Actually, I forgot.
Even
That's
Lou
what they-
Dort, technically Lou Dort could do that too.
You gotta keep in mind they were doing that a lot against Jokic, and mind
Mhm.
you, it was working pretty well, all things considered.
he was
Obviously,
good.
obviously Jokic didn't get his, but even then,
He had to earn it.
He had to earn those.
And he
points.
wasn't shooting well, let's be clear. He didn't shoot great in that series.
I'm
He
gonna
definitely
keep
did
this
not shoot well in that series.
I might lower my percentage again, man. I might put it down to like it's 15%. The more I talk about this to myself, the more I'm
Scales,
like,
the
damn,
more
it might get worse
every
and
time
worse.
somebody make a comment, pass lowering the percentage of the Pacers winning is
I didn't
still,
think-
bro. That's nasty work, pass. That's nasty work, bro.
This-
It just is what it is.
yeah,
Pass.
y'all keep talking. This shit might go down to 0 sooner or later.
Right, y'all keep talking.
I'm not gonna go that far, but it might go worse.
Let me ask you. Go ahead, pass.
I'm still on the 6-point game loss though for game 1. I do think game
Okay.
1's a feel-out game.
Okay,
It's game
Janet's
2.
standing on it too. Damn. Okay.
Game two is the game that matters more. I honestly, because that's when they'll actually like start throwing stuff out.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, hold on. I got Gibson Nicholas in the building. Let me tap in Barack Bahamas right here. Hold on 1 second. There we go.
Salute.
What up?
Salute to the chat. Salute to Amber. Salute to Pastor Mendo.
What's good?
And salute to Daniel. I had to tap in because I was missing out the action for a little while. I was missing out the action for a
That's
while.
all good, bro. What's good? Appreciate you back. So you see that Tom Thibodeau, the coach for the New York Knicks, has been fired. We got game 1 of the Pacers versus OKC Thunder this coming Thursday, 7:30 start. So first, what you think about Tibbs getting fired, and then who you got in the OKC versus Thunder? I said OKC versus Pacers game 1.
Amber, to my knowledge, I know that was coming with Tim Thibodeau. I know that wasn't too far long. It wasn't too far before Tibbs get fired. I know that was coming.
Why?
But on the opposite side, I said to myself, man, I wish that was dark. I wish that was dark. But when you get it, I wish that was dark. Fast, I wish that was dark. But We are too blind what he is selling to the organization, so they feel like they could keep him. So that is for another day. But the OKC and the Pacers, Amber, to my knowledge, I told a coworker of mine that the other day, say, hey, it is going to be OKC and the Pacers in the final. OKC and the Thunder's in the final. So that is going to be a tough game because why? Pacers is going to get a matchup that they are going to work hard, I should say, because that OKC team, they're young, just like the Pacers. It's going to be an interesting series, Amber. We can see how game one go. I can't just judge. I got to give my my point of view from game one. I'll see how it go, then I'll see who will win the series, Amber. But
So
other than
this is
that,
my
Amber,
question to you, Gibbs. This is where everybody says the separation is because of how good OKC's defense is and the multitude of players that they have to play good defense that you could put on Haliburton, that you can put on Siakam. And I don't know if the Pacers have another move if that were to happen. Because I do feel like OKC has the defensive players that can slow down Haliburton and Siakam, and if they're slowed, that offense is just going to come to a screeching halt, in my opinion. Do you think that Haliburton and Siakam can outduel that defense? Do you think they have a chance against OKC defense?
I don't think so. I don't think it's because OKC shut down the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Final. That right then, that
And they
OKC.
shut down Ant Man. They shut down Ant Man.
Yep. Yep. But that team is a deep team. Everybody's sleeping on them. They have fellows on that team who could play. They could ball. They could ball. So Pacers find a match. They Siakam and Haliburton and those guys in turn of them. Those fellas, Lou Dort them, they can make them work. They gonna
Right.
make them work with every bucket. They gonna make them work. Now trust me, Daniel and Passamendo, OKC is gonna make Indiana work. Don't sleep on that. OKC is not going to lay down
Mm.
to let Indiana walk over them. That is not going to happen. They gonna make them work because you have guys on that team who could make good shots and they match up well with Indiana. Amber, they gonna make them wait. Trust me, they ain't gonna run over OKC. Not like that. That ain't gonna happen, Amber.
Do you
So
think that the Pacers can win 2 games?
mm, I I think they probably might just win one game. To my point of view,
Damn.
one game, because that team is too deep, Amber.
Yeah,
OKC is
game
too
three.
deep.
There you go. Lock it in. Game 3 or game 4, one of the two.
Yeah, because they too deep,
What?
Amber.
So
They
and
too
I'm
deep,
tripping
Amber.
trying to play devil's advocate. I don't have a leg to stand on
No,
in
no,
this.
no, no. It's good to do it. You're the host. You should be doing that.
But
so
they were
so
Indiana's really in a bad situation right here. Play
yeah.
OKC.
It's a hard battle. I'll say that.
It's hard because you know why I say that OKC won that. That city never win nothing for years. They haven't nothing. Indiana, we know that Indiana won
Okay,
it
let
too,
me
but
ask you
OKC
this, there, Gibson. I'm gonna spin the block on everybody else. The Pacers were counted out against the Bucks. They were
right.
counted out. I know these aren't the same team as OKC. I'm just saying they were the underdog against the Bucks. They were the underdog against the Cavs, and they were the underdog against the Knicks. They are now the underdog against the OKC Thunder in the finals. Should we give them a little bit more credit than what's being said currently in the chat? Just because of the competition they've played and defeated, being the underdog to this point going to the NBA Finals. Should we give them a little more hope than what we're doing right
I,
now? I feel they could win 2 games.
It's
guys go
the
first. I got my fact.
Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead, Bleacher. Go ahead, Bleacher.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go
yeah. You
ahead.
go first.
Okay. Bucks. Dang towards Achilles. Cavs. Everybody pretty much came back, got hurt, and then Mitchell got hurt. Okay. And then the Knicks, pretty much, Thibodeau just ran them out the gym, got themselves ran out the gym. Like you knew that was like I would told you that the Pacers would have lost that. So I'm just saying facts. So you got a guy on there talking about, we'll talk about my team, Everybody discounted the Bucks 2021 run. No, don't count us our run. You want to talk about your run. That's why I said same thing last year with the Boston. Boston had that run. Everybody hurt. Everybody hospital hurt.
What I said, me and my brother were talking earlier, right? I said the playoffs have turned into, it's not even who's better, it's just who's healthier in the playoffs. That means more than everything. If you're
yeah, that's
healthy
always
in the
the biggest
playoffs,
thing.
yeah, I feel like being healthy is just the biggest part of getting to the final. The
Every
Pacers
single
haven't
year.
suffered any real injuries. OKC has no injuries, and look where they are. Those are the two healthiest team in the playoffs are now in the finals. The two healthiest teams are in the finals, and that's a fact.
I mean, honestly, Pacers aren't really that healthy though either. If you consider everything, they got one of their players is on crutches right now.
Understood. But considering like Achilles and all this other stuff that we've been seeing happen in the field,
not like crazy injuries, but like
like crazy injuries.
There are a lot of ankle injuries on that team. There are a lot of like small shoulder injuries going on.
Like, you know what about this ankle injury stuff? I've never seen so many people turn their ankles ever that I've been seeing the last couple years.
It's the speed. I think it's the pace. Oh, that's another thing. Indiana also does not have the fastest pace in this playoff so far. OKC is actually faster than them in the pace.
They just beating them at every stat.
Everything I can do, everything you can do, I can do better.
Do better. That's what it is in this series. The stats aren't far off. Okay, points per game, 120 to 117. Offensive rating, 119 to 115. There's a little bit of a gap, but that's not crazy. Defensive rating is a big gap. 106 to 113 is a pretty significant gap. A playoff offensive rating, 115 to 117. This is the key, though. Playoff defensive rating. OKC number 1. Indiana's number 9. It's just like you said. Whatever they do, OKC just does it at a higher clip. It's going to take a gargantuan performance from Haliburton and Siakam for them to win this series or make this competitive. And what I mean by gargantuan, I'm talking about they're both going to need to be averaging damn near 30.
It's the actual, you know what it is now? Before, were every other team against the Pacers, you had to play perfect. The Bucks had to play perfect against them to win.
Right.
Especially with Dame just coming back from a blood clot and then having his Achilles torn. You had to have every single player have perfect. We didn't have that. We had guys who did not show up multiple times in every single game almost.
Right.
If you do not have your A game going on, the Cavs are another good thing for that too. The Cavs, regular season wise, they were shooting 42% on open threes. There's a lot of open threes they had this year. They were shooting around 20 something or 30, low 30s.
Right.
Against the Pacers.
That's a huge difference.
Literally, Ty Jerome looked like a completely different player in the playoffs.
Took it that way.
Yeah.
Playoff is you don't get those shots anymore.
There are open shots. There are a lot of open shots that the Cavs are getting. They were just missing them.
So you don't think Pace or anything can help Indiana then at this? Because before, they were the younger team. They're always faster. They have more bodies. They could play with pace. Now they're going against the Thunder. They can do all of that stuff that they do. Everything they do is very crazy. It's like Superman versus Bizarro Superman. Very similar skill set. One is just supersedes the other. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing. But I do want to get. I think the Pacers are. I don't think the Pacers are gonna get dog walk where they gonna get blown out in game 1 or nothing. I don't think they'll get blown out any of these games unless they just shoot terrible.
What do you consider a blowout though? Is the question.
15 or more is a blowout.
I think that will happen at least one game.
Okay.
One game is 100% going to happen.
Okay.
There's always that one game where these teams just do not miss. Every single playoff series has had it so far.
Right. Magnet Rim. Shout out.
No, honestly, I think it could also be the other way around. Also,
right?
It could. Right. We've seen it happen, so like I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers blow up the OKC for one game.
I just think Indiana has been an underdog. They've been fighting. They've been in this position before. I think they're gonna come with their lunch pail and try to work. I really think Indiana's gonna try to work.
Yeah.
I get one question out, but I would like to ask concerning our team. Is this goes to you, Pastor Mendo and Daniel? Is there any update or any word on how our team, any news or any report came out that anything on Giannis or anything yet? I haven't heard nothing yet, so I said let me ask
Here's a
you.
report on Giannis. He's not going anywhere. There you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, he's not
sure.
going in. Don't stop listening to these
Stop
people,
listening.
bro.
Literally,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
is the best way to tell if he's not going anywhere. Every single report of him getting traded, every team is like, are
What up,
actually thinking
James?
about it logically, and they're like, oh, we would have to give up every single player on our team just to get him, and they are walking it back. Houston already walked it back. Spurs walked it back. The rest of them can't even do it, so it doesn't matter. OKC is in the
So,
finals. Why would they do it?
so,
He's
so,
stuck here.
so
He's
Daniel,
staying here. He is staying in
Not,
Milwaukee.
hap-
He's not going nowhere else.
not happening.
That is a
It's
crazy
not.
statement.
Like let's be like honest. Like I'm gonna get you real. If anything was happening, his house been listed by now. You know that's what Milton did. When Milton's house was listed, you knew something was going on with him.
Right.
You
Milton's
know,
coming back. Milton still comes into Milwaukee sometimes for some reason. Like
Mm-hmm.
he came like during the summer. Apparently, Torian Prince has been like everywhere in Milwaukee for no reason. He ain't leaving apparently.
man, he not leaving, man. Just don't read that stuff. Turn it off.
Damn, scale set at 5
Turn it
too. Yeah, don't listen to none of that, man. They're reading a script, Gibson. They have a teleprompter in front of them
It,
that they're
it's
being paid to add
off.
charisma to what
Yeah.
they're reading. You
it's
get what I'm
ESPN
saying?
market. Yep, it's
Yeah,
right.
ESPN. It's all the big market stuff. They want big stars and big markets.
Marcus. Yeah, and I
You gotta
get
keep
it.
in mind, old media is a lot like that.
What
They
up,
don't
Jimmy
like
Roller?
that these are small teams in the finals. OKC and the Pacers in the finals. You think they'll enjoy this? They were hoping the
No,
Knicks won because at least
they mad.
they get ratings. They can talk about like nonsense stuff all the time. I'm glad Pacers beat the Knicks so we
Right.
don't have to deal with this nonsense.
Yeah.
They
And
look. You remember in 2021, two small market teams. Where they kept saying, "Oh, no one wants to watch this. No one wants to watch this." Next year they had the Warriors in, so they didn't have to worry about that. And Boston, that's two big markets. It
yep.
didn't matter.
It didn't
Then
matter.
the next year, 2023, small markets,
Hold on one
and then
second.
Heat.
No hate, only facts. Why are you even in here, bro?
I'll be honest
We
with you.
didn't
You should probably
we didn't send for you, bro. You got directions here.
okay.
I didn't
And
send you a map quest. I didn't send you a map quest, sir. This
I'll
is
be
what I be
honest with
saying
you.
when we troll. Go ahead.
You should probably either block him or spam him because he's been spamming that.
Yeah, I just
whole
noticed
chat.
that too. Yeah, it's time. All right, bro. Yeah, we gonna have to let's calm this. Let's calm this
If
young
you're
man
gonna
down.
say something, at least do something
Yeah,
different over and over
yeah,
again.
yeah. Exactly. Let's go ahead. Oh, somebody must have blocked him already. I can't even do
Uh,
nothing.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think one of the mods popped it in.
Yeah, appreciate
hey, hey,
y'all
hey,
blocking this mark.
hey,
Go
hey,
ahead, Gibson.
pass. The thing that what really excited me today that New York didn't waste no time in getting rid of Thibodeau. They get rid of him quick, fast, in a hurry. So even though that our team know that Rivers is a failure coach, and we still kept him on the team. Yes, it's a little bit disappointing, but to me, what my mindset is setting to see that how our team is going to be structured for next season. As I glad Brook is a free agent, so that one I ain't got to see Lopez on the court no more. That's a side of relief. I think a relief for. So we want to find out that what is going to go happen that if Doc Rivers, if he failed, let's say for an example, but the season would have started there tomorrow, and
Facts,
Doc
boy,
Rivers
mommy.
failed again, I would like to see what the front office is going. Are they going to come with some blunt excuse that Rivers didn't have enough time? No, we need to get to this point, and if you're not getting the job done the way we supposed to
Gibson,
get it,
Gibson. We've had this conversation multiple times. Doc is not going anywhere because he is
no,
owed $20 million,
You
bro.
so bad. I know
Yeah,
you do.
yeah,
I don't.
20.
It's not even the money. I think it's more so they're like we don't want to ruin the relationship with Giannis.
Yeah,
I really think that's
that's
what it is.
Giannis person too.
Look, no.
Yeah.
They have been doing this the
I,
whole
I,
time. It's just
why?
blaming. It's just been shifting blame to every single side. We will blame to Horace. Horace will try to put it towards Giannis. I'm positive half these stuff is nonsense. I don't
Right.
even think they always do this every single time when they fire a coach. Like, oh, he was Giannis' guy. He wanted him. Was he really though? Was he? I'm
Right.
sure you like the guy. Giannis like Coach Kid too. Doesn't mean it's the right decision to keep them.
Yeah.
You gotta be in and kick these people out. If you are the GM, I'm listening to my superstar, yes, but I'm also being realistic. I'm like, hey, you want to win? You want an
Right.
actual chance? Get a good coach. I would be a little bit more forgiving if we had a good
Right.
assistant coach roster, but even that's a problem.
Yeah.
But they don't know what to do.
Even line with.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And I see in the chat, Scales and Mr. Cool going back and forth because Mr. Cool is kind of like me. I feel that we are dismissive of the Pacers a little too much right now. I understand that OKC is a really good team. I get that, but I still think we're being a bit dismissive of Indiana and what they've accomplished this year to this point. That's my concern. And I maybe OKC could be looking at what if OKC comes in thinking they just gonna beat the hell out of the Pacers. What if the Pacers blow them out in game 1? Are y'all just gonna say rust, or is that gonna make you change your mind in the series?
It definitely change your mind,
why,
but
Pacers? You know why? They front runners, man. They still front runners. They got Haliburton in WWE doing the choke sign for a shirt on a WWE shirt right now.
He said on WWE shop right now.
Right? I ain't kidding. Look at it.
I'm not about to get involved with you right now.
Man,
I don't know. We gonna talk like you are
front runners still. That's why I don't like them. I do not like the Pacers, man. Yeah.
Same.
I don't like them. Front runners, man.
I'll be honest. I don't really like most. I'm neutral to both these teams.
Same.
I don't really care. However, even that case, the Magic Magic runs out sooner or later.
Okay, now I can ban him. Now I'm banning this dude. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. My bad. I thought I did it before. Now you out of here. No hate, only fat. He's just a stalker. He be hitting me up on.
Wait. Can you see if he's commented on other stuff before?
I have to look and see. I can look it up later. Yeah.
All right. Let us know later on. I want to see if this is the first time he's been here and he just.
No, I don't think it's the first. 100%, it's not the first. I just don't think we have so many comments.
What happened to the other dude? The other dude, not no shirts. The other dude who was also a Knicks fan.
Wasn't it just Knicks fan number 2?
No, not Knicks fans. The Celtics dude.
Oh, no strays. Yeah, I gotta hit up no strays.
Not no shirts. The other guy who was also there.
TJ.
TJ, yeah, that's who.
Yeah, TJ.
He's still here.
Yeah, he ain't been, I think he got blocked a while ago. I gotta see if he's still blocked. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Cool said, I just hate we are wasting Giannis's prime. It is, yeah. Hey, what can we do?
He was hurt.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what we do this offseason. Because look, that 2031 pick is worth a lot more than you guys think.
I get it.
And do not use it on KD. I'm saying this right now. Please do not waste it on KD. I understand KD is a good, as an option. It'll sell tickets, yes. But think about this long term.
John Ward's trying to think about we're gonna get I gotta make y'all happy.
We always searching for the next old superstar to get.
There's one pick that there's only two. I'll give it an option to use on KD, but I'm not using it as our main option. The other one is use it on Trey Murphy.
Okay.
The Trey Murphy one, hilarious.
Indiana won't get swept, but they will get handled good and proper. I think that's what the consensus is for friends and family. They're not saying Indiana per se will get swept, but they will be beat convincingly in this series, is what I'm feeling.
Okay, I'm not gonna go that far. I don't think they'll get beat convincingly. I mean, they will, but I mean, what I mean is, I keep saying it's gonna be like the Nets, Boston series, where a lot of people are kind of think one thing's gonna go away and it goes complete opposite, where it just ends up being a game of 4 or 5, competitive 4 or 5 series, but still 4 or 5 series.
Got it. Okay, where it'll be worth watching because it's gonna be
tight down the stretch. It'd be worth. Like if you just look at the the score, if you just look at the scoreboard, you won't really get the idea of the game. But you know, if you actually watch it, you'll be like, oh, yeah, this was a competitive series. It didn't last long, but it was competitive.
That's exactly how he spelled it, Jimmy Roller. He's like TJ, right? Shout out to TJ and those trades, our favorite ops from Boston. Salute.
So, question right, Amber. I got a message for my boy No Australian T. Boy, how you like it now, loser? That your team is out. How you like it now? Talk all that trash. You can talk now. You ain't got no team now. Next day, you ain't gonna be in it. So, how you
Hey,
like
we're
me now? I praying.
look,
I praying. I pulling. I pulling no straight.
I
That
ain't see
next season.
him. I ain't see him.
we're injury buddies right now. Okay,
Yeah, we are injury buddies.
you know
So,
damn well
so,
we can take them
so,
over there like in physical therapy together.
Right,
How
Dame
you,
and Tatum next to each other doing rehab for the Achilles.
how you doing? Okay, dang. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, we all in the
so,
same boat. He thought it was Knicks in 7. Nah,
He
it
thought,
was.
yeah, he
next
said
day.
Boston 7.
Yeah,
Hey, at least you got another game. You made it 6 games.
yeah, you made it 6. Yeah, yeah. So shout
So,
out to No Strays. Y'all team is gonna look completely different in the after this postseason. They're
Enjoy
so
definitely
paying for
I'm,
making
your
trades.
hoops.
Go ahead,
so
Gibson.
I'm, so I'm, what you think about Bobby Porter's opening to his deal? You think he's gonna go demand a bigger payday, or he think that he will
He's
stick
worth a
around with it?
bigger payday. I just don't know if we should pay for him. We don't. This is the thing with the Bucks. We don't have the intellect at the head coaching position to take advantage of the players that we do have, and we can't afford to have so many low IQ players on this team. As much as I love Bobby, I understand he's the mayor. He's a very low IQ player, one of the lowest on the team. And for us to help Doc, who's very low IQ himself, we have to bring in people that can think and use their brain in an effective fashion where their synapses are firing at a high rate still. And with Bobby Porter's, he's just not that. He just doesn't have the IQ. I think we need to move on. We need to bring in smarter players. Period. Because our coach isn't
So
smart. So the only way to help the coach is to bring in smarter people around him. Because he's an
so
idiot.
so I just hope I just hope that during this off season and coming in the next season, they just let me preach it again on the chat. I can preach it because I hear you shout me out the other night on the chat. I hope they bring in the development
Yeah.
program. Please.
Yeah,
I beg in the front office and the owners of the team.
they need it.
I beg
They
with
absolutely need
grace.
it, especially this year.
I
Absolutely.
I begging with grace and mercy that they install it, that they develop players like Andre Jackson, Tyler Smith, AJ Green, Rollins, and Chris Livingston. I just don't want us to throw them away. Let's develop them what could help contribute to this team. That's all I asking for. Let's follow the same pattern. Miami did it. Golden State did it. Why is it the Milwaukee Bucks have to make things so difficult, hard, trading away young players for old players? We ain't gonna never get nowhere. Let's take and watch this playoff series. It should teach the Milwaukee Bucks organization a lesson to learn. The team have to get more younger, more faster, more athletic. You can't just be trading for these players within their 30s. Throw them away. You ship them to other teams, and when they play with other teams, they looking like professional, super good. Why they can't do that in Milwaukee? Why they
Uh,
can't do that in Milwaukee? So I think Amber, Daniel, and Pat is something have to be fixed down there. If they need me to come down there to fix that, I could do that. I could do that, and then if I have to take a session to preach that to them, the final say y'all probably love losing that much that y'all feel y'all refuse to change. We have to get change, Amma. We have to get change. Change needs to be made in order for us to get better. Number one, a good development program needs to be installed there. Start there, and then you build from that. You build and you build until you get what you want. That's what Indiana did. They wasn't chasing after big superstars. They built. And what they have, they develop and they develop. And look where they are today. They are in the finals. So I just pray that the front
I,
office.
one trade though. I mean, we're in trade for Siakam. Gotta give him that. Give him
Right.
that.
Yeah,
That
right.
trade,
They
that
trade
trade is a
Siakam.
fleece. Looking
Yeah,
back at
that
it,
was it.
what did they give up?
So
Jordan Nora?
Mm-hmm.
That was our
Oh,
player.
yeah, so
oh my God! Back to us. Oh.
That was us.
so
They gave up
so
Jordan
so
Nora and Bruce Brown.
that was it. So Amber, I really want to see next season. I want to see a different Milwaukee Bucks team. I want to see a more tougher team. I want to see a more that the coach.
You
You
still don't
make
get
one
it, do you?
city.
You still don't get it, do you, Gibson?
I looking for
Gibson,
a tougher team.
Gibson, you're
That's what I
so
looking
close.
for.
You're so close to getting a Gibson. You're
Yeah,
so close.
yeah,
So
you Gibson
go ahead, Amber.
with the Bucks, you got to understand all of this stuff you want with the current people that are in place will never happen. You can just throw it completely out of the window. There will be no development program. There will be no training for young players. All of that is out the window due to we currently
Oh,
have in place. You're wasting your time because we got Horst that's not on that, and then we got a dummy as a head coach. The thing is the you have to understand a coach, the players are supposed to be an extension of their coach. As long as
yep.
we have Doc Rivers, we should expect some form of mediocrity because he's mediocre. There's nothing that's gonna change it. There's nothing miraculous is gonna happen. That man is well into his 60s. Whatever he is what he is. He will not change. Horst is who he is. He's shown us who he is.
Idiot.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Horse is
you
weird.
just have to accept what you're seeing. It's like
Yeah,
you keep rerunning the same script with the same actors. The only way the script is gonna sound better is with different actors. We have the same cast. How can you expect different results with the same cast? It's done. You just have to wait until either Doc is gone or Horst is gone or both of them are gone for any type of change. Otherwise, they're gonna stay pat. That's just what it is. They're not gonna learn anything from this playoffs. They've been home early since 2021. They've learned nothing because it is what it is. Until that organization gets rid of Horst and Doc, or gets rid of Doc, you're wasting your breath. That's why I don't say anything. I just sit here like this because you're not really getting it yet. What you can't have change without change, and that means changing the infrastructure, which would be Doc and Horse. So don't even waste your time about it, bro. Don't even waste your time. That's
This
why I
is
don't
what's
even
gonna.
say anything about it anymore.
This is
That's
what's
why I'm
happening right
focusing
now.
on what we're watching now because the Bucks are the Bucks, bro. It is what it is. That's why
This is
that's why we're talking about who's in the playoffs now. Learning and
yeah.
understanding so we can critique our team better, but we're focusing on what we're watching now because they're there. We haven't been there since 2021. And until we make
That's true.
internal changes, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That,
This
It
is
is
what's
what it
happening with
is.
this team right now. You got Horse, who's probably outside playing pickleball somewhere.
Right.
Doc,
Ham.
Doc, who's going on a worldwide golf tour. Giannis, who's probably in Greece still and probably has not touched a basketball since the playoffs.
boy.
Dame, who is still injured, so he's probably just healing. Kyle Kuzma, who is training in Chuck Taylors
Right.
and not doing any basketball, instead kickboxing for some reason.
Man.
And then Brook Lopez outside in Disney World
That
in Orlando.
Pacers pack fit a hit.
This is
after
what we.
kick
This is
that.
Stay there.
This team does not
Stay there.
care, man. This team does not care about basketball like we think you do. I honestly think most of the fans care more about this team than half the owners.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's
No,
that's
Derek,
sad
that's
that-
what I'm saying. Bobby does want a payday, and he's earned his payday.
What
But
is
like
he
I
gonna get,
said,
though?
it's just too many. He's just too low. If we had a different coach, I would say keep Bobby. But Bobby's IQ is too low for this team with the coach that we have. It just is what it is.
I wish he had Pat's IQ, man.
It's Forrest
Yeah.
Gump level.
Imagine Bobby with Pat's IQ. It's not even. I'm not even saying Chris's IQ. I'm saying
Yeah, say
Pat's.
Pat. Yeah.
That'd be an amazing player. A player who's not actually dumb. Literally,
Boy, Bobby said it's stressful, Gibson. We asking for the bare minimum from a coach, and he can't get that. Shout out to boy Bobby.
Man, it's tough. I'm it's tough, man. I'm fast, Daniel. When we hired that idiot, I was drinking, eating some food. The whole food fall out of my hand. I say, oh my goodness, look
you
what
know,
we put ourselves into. Man,
Right.
it's tough.
I would not be surprised also knowing Horse's track record that he tries a very bold move with the during the offseason because he has done it multiple times. We have
Right.
seen it with the Drew trade. We've seen it with the Dame trade. We'll probably I guarantee you he's probably asking the Suns right now what's KD's value. How does a 2031 pick?
Trade for KD. I swear he better not, man.
You know damn well he is.
Bro,
With
oh,
how he is,
I-
it's not the smart decision to do, but I know he's thinking it.
But one question, right? Why is it that this GM of a coach a GM we have always want to go after the old raggedy players? That's what I don't get. We don't need no more
Yeah,
old people on
but
this
that's
team.
that. But
It's
that
the
is what you
theory.
actually get. You should
It's the
actually
theory.
understand that more than anything. That man has done the same thing for a couple of years, and you still asking him to do something different. That's why I be
Man,
chilling. Have you noticed? I don't even say too much anymore because I understand what's going on. I
man,
understand what's going on. You're asking me why that man is always drafted or traded for old play. That's just what he does. When I take
man,
my
we have,
dog for a walk, he takes a poop. That's just what he does.
Horse is gonna do
Horse
two
is
things.
that's what horse does.
He's gonna do
oh
two
my
things. He's gonna
god.
make sure to get an old, washed up wing,
Right.
and he's gonna make sure to trade away all those second round picks we get. He gonna
wow,
send some cash out to some team. Hey, you want like 500K for a second round pick? All right, we'll take the second round pick. Take that second round pick, trade it with some other second round picks, get a guy like Jay Crowder again, and then use nothing with it. That's what always happens. Jay
Yeah.
Crowder, DeLon Wright, whatever, Semi Ojale. These are the players we're getting, man.
What is that old saying? When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe what you see with Horse. I believe what I see with Doc. That's why I don't get frustrated. You're an idiot. I understand you're stupid. Okay, let's move on. Let's still support this team, knowing that there's an idiot at the helm. So that's definitely going to hurt our chances of true success. But again, you're going to support this team. But for you to think that a 65-year-old man is going to change,
yep. That is not
what are we doing? And horse is past the age of changing too. He too old.
How old
How
is
much?
Horse? Like 55?
Old enough where he won't change.
He looks
Hey,
like I can't tell his age. He looks fat. He
hey,
looks old and young at the same time.
Right. Look like Windhorse, built like Windhorse. Go ahead, Gibson.
hey, Daniel and Amber and Pastor Man, no cheaper if that was the point. Cheaper we to keep Griffin around. It didn't make no sense to get rid of Griffin.
Team didn't like him.
You can't
If the
again, Gibson. The team didn't like Griffin, which is why he was gone.
Oh,
That's another
Real
factor with the
game.
Tibbs trade too. Also, the Tibbs
What?
thing's also with that. If players do not like you, you will not be staying.
Right.
Look at all these
that-
teams. The players did not like Bud either. He left for another reason too. That's also part of the reason why he also got traded from the Suns. Like when he got kicked off from the Suns.
Barely
Vogel
kept-
as well.
If y'all didn't come injury, Bud been gone by now. He would have been gone.
Two Red is wild. He said Horse is a DEI hire. That is an effing lazy. How did he get that GM job? Yo! What are we doing in the chat? He said,
man.
There's a better DEI hire, which is right there, named Doc. So there's that too.
Amber, this GM we have. You see, I don't know if y'all have any of them in America. Those two things with this two sticky ears up, and what is be making that funny noise? They call it a J and an A. That's what we got. Two of them at the hand. We got John Horse and Doc is one.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, it just is what it is, but we gonna see. We gotta once the postseason is actually concluded, I think we'll get more information regarding the Bucks. But I do think we need to be observing what we're seeing now because the NBA is changing before our eyes now. There's a new regime in the NBA now. These young teams are coming. These Orlandos are coming. Houston is
Yep.
coming. Indiana is here. OKC is here. Timberwolves are coming. It's a whole the regime change of the Golden States for years being competitive. Even the 76ers, us to an extent. There is a new regime and we need to catch up. And the only way we're gonna do that is once we get rid of some individuals in our
LeBron,
organization. Until that happens, don't even ask
LeBron,
about it. Don't even talk about it because there will be nothing that will be changing. Like I said, when somebody shows you who they are, just believe them. Just believe them. It's it. It just is what it is. Just believe them. And like even watching this series, the Pacers, these are two Pacers and Thunder. These are two teams that are young, athletic, and play with pace. That is
Yep.
what we're seeing in the finals and why we're covering it and talking about it because those two teams are the definition of the new NBA.
Yeah, it'll be a
Yep.
good series, honestly.
That's what I'm
doesn't
saying.
matter. Doesn't
It-
it
matter
should.
how many games. It will be a good series.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. These two teams are the identity of the new NBA. Positionless, so almost positionless basketball, wing
Uh,
defense, and play with pace.
there's definitely positions on
Yeah,
both
position.
teams. Like there's
Yeah,
obvious, especially with
obvious,
Haliburton.
but I'm saying
Haliburton's
they're
the most obvious one.
yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Halliburton and obviously the
Like
point guard. But
if
I'm
there's
saying
ever
like a Naismith, a Nemhard, they play and
no,
defend multiple positions. You know what I mean? And
defensively, yeah,
Yep.
defense has changed a lot since back
yep.
in the day.
And that's what I'm saying. But would we all agree collectively this is the new NBA that we're seeing with these two teams in the finals?
It
Would you
is.
agree as far
There's a
as
lot.
how they?
It's team basketball.
Okay,
It's
there
not
we. Let's
super.
start
It's
with
not
you,
super.
Pass, and then we gonna go to Bleacher, then go to Gibson. So you go ahead first, Pass.
Yeah, so it's been team basketball nowadays. That's what the new trend is. That's how you're building rosters. It's not you need one, two, three superstars and then you get it, or two superstars and an all star. It's not big three things anymore. That's been gone. Last team to do that was probably honestly 2020 maybe was the last time that happened. We had two superstars actually
True.
win.
Yep.
We
Seven
didn't
Z.
have
I agree with you. No more super teams. Is that what you're saying, Pass?
And I'm super team's been dead.
Okay.
That's the different thing. But that's been a thing for like 2 3 years. And honestly, you can make a case super teams still exist with OKC. Super teams also matter with depth too.
That's a good
You
point. That's a good
like
point.
you gotta understand the Warriors were scary not just because of not because of their starters. Their bench was just as scary. With who is also coming off of that bench. Taking account even before that with the Heat, Celtics, like honestly even the other dynasties that happened before them, like the Spurs, the Nets had a terrible bench. If as soon
Yeah.
as one of those players, as soon as one of those big three guys got out, it made it way harder for them to win.
True.
Now, KD was literally probably the best form he's ever been in, and so it did help to get to like 7 games. But even then, it's not enough when Joe Harris is shooting like Kyle Kuzma the whole time.
Yeah. No, that's true. I feel you on that. Bleacher, what you think about that?
Well, to past point, I think after the Warriors won the championship in 2017, and everybody found out the owner was just paying that luxury tax over $700 million, they just made that rule to put that on second
Yeah.
apron in. Mostly that's been changing the game because it was slow. It was slowly, but now it's here.
It's
Now
added
you
up finally.
Right.
now you
That
got teams that have to build your teams. That's why we all say that guy's not going anywhere, because if he goes anywhere, teams got to get gutted because of the salary cap. We're trying to say this 3 million times, but everybody's not getting it in their heads. The second apron is here. It's never leaving because
Right.
let's break it down. The NBA wants this. The media does not want this.
That's it.
Silver
Yep.
wants this. The media does not want this. That's the point that everybody got to remember. It's not. Adam Silver was happy that Milwaukee won that championship. He said multiple times he's happy that Giannis is in Milwaukee. He never said he wanted him going anywhere.
It's the
It's
media.
it's always been
that
who wants that.
that's That's you gotta think about that, guys.
Yeah, you gotta keep in mind where's all this media take place. It's Boston. It's New York.
L.A.
It's
Yep,
L.A.
L.A.
These
Yep.
are all big
Florida. Yep.
cities.
Miami. Yep. Very
You
good
don't
point.
hear about ESPN from Oshkosh. You don't hear about ESPN from like the Midwest and like Idaho.
Right. That's true.
The people aren't there. Most of the people are on the coast by the water.
Exactly.
No, that's a
Oh,
fair.
I got another point. Hey, Amber, you got another
Uh,
point. We had a message in the group chat earlier about what Shaquille O'Neal said about Giannis, and he said that back in the night it won't be happening night because it was just the markets, but now it's social media. Social media is another way. Like, and he's like, Giannis got the Supermax already. What else you need? Because you got everything you need. Social media, you can do anything you want. At that point, he got all the endorsement deals he want in Greece. There's nothing else he need. So that's why I'm trading home. Like, what else do you want?
This man said the media is rat poison. I see the chat is starting to turn up a little bit. Salute to the chat. Gibson, what do you think about that? What do you think about it? Do you
I
think
give my
we're looking at a new NBA as far as how OKC, Indiana are playing? What do you think? Is this just a 1 year thing, or is this something that's the NBA is changing before our eyes right now, Gibson?
That's something we're changing before our eyes right now. This is with the league coming to right now because ain't no more super team. That super team
Mm-hmm.
is done. You
Right.
don't need that. You don't need 3 or 4 superstars.
You need depth.
You need depth and to win because we seeing it right now. It before our eyes. Indiana and OKC are doing it. So we just the media like with Daniel and Pastor Mendoza said
Mm-hmm.
that the media don't want it, but this is what the commissioner wants. So we got to fall in line and accept it. We could complain and brag about it. Ain't nothing to change it. This is what they want. So this is what we got to witness. So I just pray that other teams will just fall in place and use this playoff as an experience and watch to see they like say for an example Detroit. Detroit is coming too. You forget to mention
Oh
Detroit
yeah,
in that picture.
Detroit. Yeah,
They
that's
come
true. Yeah, that's a good
they
point,
coming too.
Gibson.
Yeah, they coming too. So we need to get our act together. Other teams need to get their act together because I might know a lot of teams was not in this playoff next season. They looking to be better. They
Yep.
trying to get in. They trying to get in. So we can't get left behind. We got to be like what you say. We got to up our game to be back in that conversation.
Right.
We got to be there. We got to be in the mix too. We got to be in the mix too. I wanted us to be in the mix. I wanted us to win another championship, to hang a second band in Pfizer home. I really wanted that. I was pulling for that all year round for the Bucks to be in that playoff because, but it didn't happen. The injuries happened. That's a part of the game. So
Right.
Amber, I give my take. So this is
Right.
what the league is coming to. So we
Yeah. No,
just
I
gotta accept it,
appreciate you.
Amber. We just
Salute to
all
Gibson.
right.
Appreciate. Oh, hold
Oh,
on.
here we go.
Let's go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hold on. Right on time. Hold on. No Strays ENT, our favorite op with the $4.99 super chat. Peace to the pen. I just came to borrow Mr. Bahama's tap shoes so I can dance on the Knicks' grave. One title in 50 years, just like the Bucks. And I'm going, oh my God. That's why y'all say his name. Then he come, he drops some heat, then he's out.
Bro, it's the
Jesus.
Candyman.
No,
Then he's like Candyman. Yo, no Strays. It's like Candyman.
no straight, no straight. Why you
Rest in
no
peace to
straight?
the actor. Man.
Recipe to the actor. Salute. Right. Rest up.
No, 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 no straight ENT. Why you want to just pop in and hop out and go? Why you running like a time like stop running?
That's what he
But
do,
Like
Gibson. That's what he
he's like
do.
Amber,
like Batman.
Amber,
This is like,
Right. He
Amber,
just came in. Like he just
Look,
this
the
is
same way how the tips thing was my fault.
Right.
This is Gibson's fault right here.
Oh yeah, this is totally
He-
Gibson's fault. This
he
is
sent out the
100%
bat
Mr.
signal.
Bahamas. Yeah, this is 100% Mr. Bahamas' fault. That was 100%.
He's Eric Gordon, man. He put the bat signal out.
He was waiting for you to say something. I know he was probably watching like we wait for Gibson. Like he's like, now coming in. Swoop in on Gibson.
he was waiting. Amber, he was waiting. Amber, he was waiting for me, but Amber, he got to understand. But he was the one who was coming in the chat, bigging up his checks in, Boston in 6. Boston ain't in 6. Boston in 8. So now they lose. He hiding like a chicken all over the place. He don't
No,
want to.
he been in
He
here though,
hiding.
Gibson. He
I,
ain't hiding, bro. We're not gonna.
nah,
He's
he will
here
show up.
every
He
live.
always will show up.
Yeah, he's
He shows up
always
every
gonna
time.
show. He always show.
So,
I swear, it's
I'm
like
a,
he's just
I'm a,
watching, laughing,
I'm a,
drinking his sodas, whatever. And then like you know what?
I'm
Hey, we had to
a,
put Gibson under the bus, boy, Bobby, because he called out no strays, so you knew no strays was coming. Hey, we gonna give it to Pass. You gotta give it to Barack Bahamas as well. Right. Hey, Derek Stevenson said Candyman. That's what his name was, Tony Todd. No,
Rest
don't
in
say
peace,
his
man.
name, Gibson.
Don't say his name. So I just would love to see how their team is going to look next season.
There
So
we go.
boy,
There,
that's what
exactly.
I can have all the smoke
no
on
straight,
him.
no straight. It's gonna be a bloodbath for your team going this off season.
Oh, that's
It's gonna be
true.
a bloodbath.
It is. Hey, straight, no strays. We gonna have to do a live after y'all trade some of y'all important pieces. So we gonna talk about how it affects y'all going to see. All right,
Who actually do they trade though? Like, let's be real. Other than KP, who I'm 100% sure will get traded,
Drew.
who's gonna take that contract though?
That's not my problem. I'm just saying who they would want to trade. They want to
Who
trade
that contract.
I know no strays on that 48 laws of power side. I pick and choose my battles. I know you do.
You
better.
better. You know well.
Him and Gibson. I can't wait till next year, him and Gibson, because we in the same boat.
Man.
One of y'all best players is down with Tatum. One of ours is down with Dame. So it's going to be interesting conversations between No Strays and Mr. Bahamas starting next season. It's going to be very interesting.
But the Giannis stuff ain't gonna be there no more because the Giannis stuff almost 40. So what they can do? What they can do?
Right, they gonna do nothing that stay on him, Gibson.
So what they gonna do, Amber? What they gonna do? You can't. You run up and sign up the whole team, so no one could get none of your players. Now you gotta pay that hefty tax bill.
Salute, Saul Cali. Hit the like button, y'all. Appreciate you. Yeah, Gibson. That was wild. All right, Gibson, so give it to us before we get up out of here, Gibson. Hey, then we going live, Gibson. We going live Thursday after the game, as soon as the game is over. Go ahead, Gibson, on you.
I'll be in the chat, Amber. Salute to the best chat on YouTube.
My man.
Salute to my beautiful fans out there who supported me. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate you, Amber. I appreciate you, Pastor Mendo, and I appreciate you, Daniel, for giving me this opportunity to come on the platform to drop truth bombs and shots that Boston hated was coming out our team. I got your back, Milwaukee fans.
There we go, Gibson. Appreciate you.
I got you.
I got your back. I appreciate you, Gibson.
Before we go,
all right, go ahead, Pass, before we get up out of here.
So, as for the Knicks' new coach, I think for the most likely so far sounds like John Bryant. If you guys have heard of him, he did used to be part of their team beforehand. He is on with Kenny Atkinson right now as an assistant. Knicks' offense will look better if he is signed. I will say that.
Okay.
So that's something to look out for next year.
Okay, keep us posted on the next live too if anything changes.
And also the free agency isn't that bad, especially considering the pace. The Pelicans are considering to trade the whole damn team.
Right.
KD's probably on the 100% on the trading block. Literally, they're just reported that they're trying to get it before the draft starts.
Right.
So it will be soon. That's probably gonna be the first domino.
Okay. They're worse than ours. That's how bad it is.
DeMar is supposed to be on the trade block. I'll let you know, DeMar makes the same amount of money as Kuzma. I'd rather have DeMar over Kuzma. Shitty. It's worse than Middleton, but shit better than what we got.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Paz. Shout out to Bleacher Report. Right. Shout out to Gibson. Hey, Gibson. We will see you in the next live. Salute, Gibson. Hey, tell Tarot I said what up, too. Tell Tarot I said what up.
And tell No Stray and T, whenever he come on the chat, he take a shot at me. I got one right back at him.
Okay, we got it. All right, Gibson. Go. All right, Gibson. My man, Paz. Bleacher. All right, y'all. All right, Paz. Oh, I knew when No Stray showed himself. It was gonna be drama. Shout out to No Strays. Oh, let's get Brandon. Get you here before we get up out of here. What up, Brandon? What you think about Tibbs getting fired? Who you got in game one? OKC versus the Pacers. On you, bro. Go ahead.
What up? Hey, I need to stop in one detail with my guys one day. Well, I could meet y'all one day.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
So, to move to Buck Nation, Family's Blend, to move to UAM, BP, Kirsten Path, everybody. So, first, I already talking to you about the next firing Tibbs. That's not our problem.
Right.
That's New York. I'm just saying.
Brandon, shots fired. Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon.
I'm just saying.
All right.
That's not our problem. That's New York problem. They have to deal with. Not our problem. So we don't have to talk about that. So let the New York fans, let the New York media talk about.
Okay, Brandon, what you think about game one then? What you think about game one? Right. So what you think about game one, Indiana versus OKC?
Did they play tomorrow or Thursday?
Thursday.
Oh, I thought they played. Yeah, they played Thursday. So I think, like I put in the comments, that the OKC is 5.
Okay.
It's not gonna be a good series, but I want to know. Buck needs a family friend. I want to know, can Tyree, can Haliburton live up to the expectation?
It's going to be hard in this series, I think, because of the defenders they're going to be throwing at him. I really think it's going to be difficult.
I know.
I really think it's going to be difficult.
I think Haliburton can show up in this series.
If he's going to have to score 25 plus.
I don't want no thinker like Cheesy said. I don't want no thinker.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm thinking like you say him, Gibson, Bad, Daniel. I agree with y'all. I think it's not no superstar team no more.
Right, I agree.
Younger team now.
No, I agree.
So, OKC, Pacers in the final. Those are young guns coming up. And we gotta look for the next season. Talk about Houston coming up, Orlando coming up, Detroit coming up.
Right.
Because the NBA is changing.
Right.
It's not the same super team. So we have to take a brand of salt.
Right.
So I'm thinking it's gonna be a good series. We're gonna win the.
Okay. Appreciate you. Right, so we'll be going live right after the game, though, Brandon. So tap in too. We'll be going live right after the game, Brandon, on Thursday. All right, appreciate you, Brandon. Salute.
I'm looking forward.
Me too.
Hey, take them one day at a time. Take them one step at a time, y'all.
There we go. Y'all see he done added something to you. Y'all see he done added something to it saying now. So it's one game at a time and one step at a time. I see you.
Yeah. We're going to talk about her book.
All right. Right. All right, Brandon. Appreciate you. Right. Exactly. Appreciate you.
Take one at a time. Take one at a time, y'all. I love y'all.
Uh,
You, I got y'all Thursday.
yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you, Brandon. Go. Shout out to Brandon. People's Chair. Brandon the People's Chair. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping into this live. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Appreciate your commentary as well. No strays, ENT. Jesus, the one-liners, no strays comes with is absolutely heroic sometimes. This dude is super funny. No strays. You don't gotta say it publicly. Hit my DM. I need to know if you a comedian for real, bro. I need to know the truth. No strays. Are you a comedian? Do you write for comedians? I need to know, bro, because your one-liners is be off the chain sometimes. Salute to No Strays. Appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm Amber. This is Amara's Logic. We just got done discussing Coach Tom Thibodeau of the New York Knicks. Just recently lost in the Eastern Conference Finals versus the Indiana Pacers. Was fired. We did a preview for Game 1, Indiana Pacers versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, where it looks like OKC is a shoe-in to win this finals. Let the chat tell you and let the stats tell you. But the players got to play, so we're going to see what happens in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We will be going live immediately after that game ends. Please tap in, share this electrifying content with the people. This podcast is home of the smartest people on YouTube. This is the best community on YouTube and the most knowledgeable basketball fans on YouTube, hands down. Shout out to friends and family. If you haven't, like I said, hit that like button, comment, like, subscribe, and share the most electrifying content on YouTube with the most electrifying chat on YouTube. Go.